Hello everyone, welcome to Acres of Clay. Today, you probably won't guess what we bought on an auction.
No. People would never think that you would buy
This item
off of a online auction. Since we're dairy farmers, this is not something that Kevin would normally even look
to buy.
But we bought one because he has big plans. So you want to tell him what they bought?
I don't even really know what it is myself. I think it is an...
Hold on. I know what it is.
You know what it is?
I know by the name of what they said it was. Oh, yeah. Oh.
There he comes. So we're waiting right now. The forklift operator is stuck.
She's stuck in the mud because a lot of our snow has melted and has turned to mud.
Yeah. So I think the SkyTrack just showed up.
Yeah, he's gonna pull her out. Kevin bought a refrigeration unit. It's made out of complete stainless steel. So
yeah, and I wanted the stainless steel for a project. So I'm gonna go.
You go help them.
I'm gonna supervise the pullout, and
I'll keep it warm in here.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll be back in a little bit, and then we'll show you what we bought.
Okay. So while I'm sitting in here, I brought some crocheting along. I'm starting a pot holder. I brought this along because we are going to take a longer trip because we have another part we have to pick up. And so we got a little road trip in to do today. Just picking up parts for the tractor and this stainless steel thing. So this afternoon is just kind of running a bunch of errands for us. While I'm in the car, I like to crochet a little bit if it's going to be a long car ride. Kevin will describe what his plans are for everything when we get that far. So I guess we're not the only ones that get stuck in mud. Other people have issues with the mud as well. So Ethan is our manure management guy. He does 99% of hauling manure, cleaning out heifer barns and all that, and he's hauling some pen pack today. He got stuck. So Kevin brought the other Maxie, trying to get him unstuck. So this is the field that we've always had kind of an issue with mud, but since it's been really cold last week, Ethan's been hauling manure fine on it, and then today he kind of got down into the wetter area. This lower area here is a little bit wetter. He should have stayed out of this area, but he probably didn't know exactly where the wet started. Now he knows. bought this refrigeration coolant unit. We got it home. Thankfully we're not going to be using it. Even the cord looks a little sketchy. Yeah. Kevin's going to get the skid loader, get this thing unloaded. Okay. We can use
I'm gonna do a giant
bale
leap
forks.
Giant leap for
Hi.
mankind.
Oh, I missed your giant leap.
Yeah, you did.
Everybody shows up to see what we bought.
Let me pull back. Alright, slide her off, horse. Dog's helping too.
Yep. You might be too close.
Alright, can you get a fork under it and drag it back?
Mabel, what is it?
Look at the wiring.
Safety first, kids.
Yep. So yeah, I don't really know what this was used for.
Gross. It's full of water.
But it's some sort of cooler.
Yeah.
But it's got all these pieces of stainless on them.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, babe, we'll clean it up. So it's got all these pieces of stainless. So
Kevin was wanting it for the stainless.
I want it for the stainless steel.
I don't know how thick that stainless is, or doesn't it matter?
It don't matter.
Oh.
Just for like decor, or kind of like
protecting.
yeah, protecting stuff. So
yeah, Mabel.
look at there. What is that? So it's got a piece in the bottom of stainless, and
There we go. That's our first part.
yeah. So for us to buy that, it's got a little fan in there.
All kinds of parts.
Yeah, it does. So
It must have been some sort of like workbench almost.
well, they got.
Open your door, you pull it out, set it here.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because you got two pieces of steel there. So we showed that auction buy that I just brought home. I know a lot of people are wondering what we're going to use it for. And so Rhonda came over to the shop, and I'm going to show you what we're going to use it for. There's some stainless steel pieces on it. I've been looking for some stainless that, just some pieces of stainless, something that can be scrapped. Or what somebody else is throwing away that we could use.
It's your treasure.
Yeah. So on the Challenger, I don't know if we've said it before that, but the right side fuel tank, we had an exhaust leak a couple of years ago, and it melted this hole in it, and you can see how it melted it out. So we replaced.
So it has not been used.
So this tank has not been used. It collects dirt because it sits behind the wheel.
Full of dirt.
But Challenger AGCO, they make a shield, a stainless steel shield that covers from here, that protects the tank. And they want a pretty good price for it, so that's why I bought them pieces of stainless, so I could make my own shield for a whole lot cheaper.
So everybody's gonna ask why you don't just replace the whole fuel tank.
I am going to replace the whole fuel tank, so I'm buying a new fuel tank, and then I'm going to put that shield on it to protect it, so in case, because them exhaust leaks, they all of a sudden will show up. Like if the exhaust gets thin, then all of a sudden it'll blow out, and sometimes it's too late to catch it. So it's called a heat shield, So I want, we've replaced the exhaust on the Challenger, the muffler and stuff like that. And so now we're gonna put a new tank on it. We got the tank off, so we're getting a new tank, and then we'll make a nice stainless shield to go on it.
Nice.
So that's one of the things we'll use it for.
Okay.
But I'm sure we'll find more.
As I'm walking out of the workshop, I noticed this, and I also noticed that Sanders hasn't been in the house quite so much the last several days. He'll get his school done and then run outside, and I guess this is what he's been working on. He is trying to build himself a lawnmower from the ground up. So I'm thinking, I don't know. So this is how far he's gotten so far, it looks like. He talked about putting, because he runs all these ideas when he's in the house, he's talking about it constantly. But I think he wanted to put handlebars instead of a steering wheel. He wanted to use like 4-wheel, like quad handlebars.
Oh, okay.
That was his idea yesterday, but
Probably saw somebody else with it.
yeah, he probably did. I don't know where he got this motor out of. Probably one of his other ones.
Yeah, he likes to take stuff apart.
Yeah, he's definitely good at taking it apart, putting something else in, replacing. Yeah, I don't know. He's got a gifting there that I don't. He didn't get it from me.
Oh, he didn't?
No, not from me.
You don't like taking stuff apart?
Well, no, I don't.
I think you do.
I don't, not like that. Definitely not like that.
So yeah, we'll see how this turns out.
He's out working right now. He had to grind some corn or something, but otherwise he'd be in here.
Yeah.
So we have a new baby that was just born. She was born right after the morning milking, and this is the mama. And so since we were already finished milking this morning, we didn't get a chance to milk the mama to get colostrum for the baby. As you can see, with everything, with the rain and the melting of the snow, this pen has a hard time staying clean. So we took the baby and put it in the clean pen here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run mama up into the parlor and get some colostrum so we can get this baby fed. She's about an hour old. It's a little girl. This one here, the second one here, it's a little boy, but he's a cutie. Yeah, I don't have a bottle right now. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run this a new mama up into the parlor and get some colostrum milked out of her. Chickens are laying around in this pen. They seem to like it in here. I love it. So this mama has had, how many babies? 3 or 4?
5? I don't know. She's had a few.
She's had a few. She's seasoned. She knows how to go up into the parlor on her own. Sometimes if they're new,
She's acting like a new one. There we go.
sometimes if they're new, they don't want to go up in here very easily. But she's got some afterbirths coming. But now she should know how to go up in there. Come on, mama. Come on, turn up in. So this is our gutter system. I don't know, I've talked about it before, but I don't know if I've ever been up in here to show it to y'all. But if a cow pees or poos, oftentimes it's caught in this gutter. And then after the milkings are done, then they take the hose and wash it out. So we're gonna check to make sure her milk is all good and all the quarters. Oh, she's like, you're not my baby. That's good old thick colostrum right there. Spray it off. Make sure it gets clean. And then we're gonna put it in a bucket so that I can fill the bottle, the baby bottle with it. So this milk never goes through any of the milk lines. It goes directly into the bucket, and that way we don't have to rewash anything other than the milker itself. And usually, being their first time in here after calving, we only try to take out enough milk for just the baby. That way we don't stress the cow any more than she may already be.
So we like to get calves their first milk within what, a couple hours.
Yeah.
Plus we use a powder that goes in with the milk to help build calves immunity also.
So I already put it in there, so
Yeah.
she's drinking that.
Yep.
That needs to be administered within the first 12 hours
They
of
say
birth.
12 hours, but
We like to get it in there earlier than that.
Yeah. So that one's playful.
Yeah, he'll take some milks too, he said.
Then I want the other one down by the water, or by the outside wall.
This is how Sanders gets his muscles. He's giving the dry cows a mineral block. I'm gonna show you guys my new little bull that I've had to raise him since he was born. So in the really cold weather, I came outside one morning and I saw we had a new calf born. We actually had 2 new calves, and the mom was only the 2 moms were only paying attention to one of the babies. The other baby was just laying there very, very cold. So we carried it into the calf barn, into the milk room, and I went in the house and grabbed my heating blanket and wrapped this calf in the blanket to see if I could get its body temperature back up. And then after about a day and a half of being in the warm room, I decided he was ready to go out into the main pen. So brought him out here and realized, well, I knew earlier that he was gonna have trouble getting up, and I thought it was because he was so cold, but ended up that he was kind of not developed properly. So for about 3 days, he never got up on his own. His front legs would go straight out in front of him and they didn't curl under. And so I knew something wasn't quite right. And then after about 3 days, he decided he was gonna get up. So let me show you what he looks. He's starting to run and be really cute. But he's super small. These 2 calves here are very small, but he's smaller than them. So he's making huge progress. But isn't he cute? Look at you, getting strong. All right, I gotta get out of here because calves are bombarding me. A few days after I brought that heating blanket out here to wrap him up in, I went to the P.O. box, and in the P.O. box somebody had sent us 2 heating blankets. I don't know who they're from because there was no card, but I'm so thankful for both of them, although I didn't need 2 of them, so I gave one of them to Mackenzie, and she's excited about that. But to whoever that was that sent those heating blankets, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it. I love using a heating blanket. So,
January thaw.
do you like to use a heating blanket?
No, I don't.
And I'm not even sure it's healthy or anything, but
I like to make my own heat.
I know, you make your own heat. I don't.